Hello, my name is Johnny. I'm from the Edinburgh College of Art and I'm here to interview Brenda.
My name is Brenda and my relationship to the landlady was she was my mother.
Do you know whereabouts the property was located?
Yes, that was on the west end of Morecambe on Westminster Road. The number was 157. I think it was around 1965 to 1970, 72, 3, something like that.
So can you tell us a little bit about the landlady and how people would perceive her in general?
So my mum was a very warm and friendly lady. She loved feeding people. She was quite generous to a fault. She would feed up all the visitors, and that's why they loved coming to my mum's house, because they get fed very well. She was, I don't think she was quite a hard landlady. Some landladies was like, take your boots off, you can't come in here, if you've been on the beach, She wasn't like that at all, mate. People, she had that much sand in the carpet, it's unbelievable. I could make a sandcastle in Hubert.
So what attracted your mother to the industry?
I think it was a case of she had to do something. She had 4 children, like I say. I was about 3-year-old, 2 or 3-year-old. My father was pretty poorly and was sick from work, so she had to do something she could do in the home because she needed to look after her children, she needed to look after her husband, so she had to turn hand to what was around her, which was guest housing.
What was it that attracted the guests?
I think what attracted the guests to my mother's guest house mainly was the food. She used to do breakfast, dinner and tea, but they were all big hearty meals. Other places in the area were quite stingy with food, but my mum gave everybody big platefuls.
Yeah.
I think that was one of the things. Plus she was very, very cheap. For bed and breakfast it was 12 shillings and sixpence, and then for full board, which was breakfast, dinner and tea, would be 17 shillings and sixpence. And the amount of money food she would give, it would be a full English breakfast in the morning, followed by a full dinner. It was back to front in those days. We have big meals at tea time now. Then it was big meals at lunchtime. Yeah. So she would do a full, meat and vegetables and potatoes and a full dinner with a dessert. And then in the tea time they would do a salad. And my mum's salad would consist of everything. There would be a chicken breast, it would be salmon, beef, and all the salad stuff with bread and butter, tea and coffee. Then there'd be all the cakes and everything she'd make for more like an afternoon tea as well. There was loads of stuff there, and she'd even do at 9 o'clock. She'd do tea and cakes for the guests for supper. So that's why they like coming to my mum's. All that food for that sort of money. Who wouldn't?
Yeah. So obviously preparing all this food is quite hard work. Did you have any help to...
Us, the children.
Yeah.
That was the only help my mum had. We all had jobs. Even me as a little toddler would be given things. So as a toddler I'd be given things to put away. They might give me vegetables to go and put in the vegetable rack, or tidy cushion. They used to joke about me doing the skirting boards, which I did. They used to clean and dust the skirting boards, and because I was crawling about I used to get on my hands and knees and do the skirting boards. I was only little, but I was helping. In the community it was all that housekeeping role, from the garden outside, keeping the plants and planters and things all done nicely, and hanging baskets and painted, and it was keeping it all nice and fresh and clean and nice for the guests coming. They used to come back every year, because like I say, they were fed well. They would come back, so we were dead cheap. Mum never made hardly any money on that business, because whatever she made from it, the 75p pound, whatever, she would put it back into buying all the food. So I don't think she ever made much money at all. But they loved Morecambe too, and it was a great place, and down the West End it was buzzing, and it was a lovely place to go and visit, and the beach was just 2-3 streets away.
So whereabouts were your guests coming from?
Like I say, Scottish Fortnight obviously was Glasgow and Edinburgh and that. We used to get them from Yorkshire as well, and some from Liverpool. I used to pick up on accents as a young one. As you can imagine, I'm listening intensely to everybody talking, and I remember getting a few clips around my ear from my mum because I'd answer my mother in an accent instead of British speaking, as I was brought up to speak. And so I would go something like to my mum, aye, and she'd go, what are you saying, don't you say that, and clap me. You know, because I was taking the Scottish, you know. And then, you know, the Scouser, you know, I go, I'm coming, alright, I'm coming. And then she'd go, what are you talking like that for? What? And I go, what? And we weren't allowed to say what, it was pardon, you know, so I used to get double snap for that. Because we lived right outside a bus stop, and we used to get people waiting for the bus. And then what used to sometimes happen, they used to cheekily come into my mother's house and use the toilet. Then my mum was going, Bill, I think somebody's gone to use our lavatory. He'd go, like, get up out bloody house. I'd go, you know, no, it's a guest house, you're not a guest, you know. I need the toilet, I don't care, there's a bloody alley, go up there. He'd go, Mum, there's people in, because there's a glass front door, you see, glassable door. But, you know, get off our step, what are you doing standing on our step? It's raining, I don't care, get an umbrella, she'd go, get out there, you know. It's like, cheeky buggers, because standing on our doorstep and wetting it through. She'd, well, look at my step, she'd go. So, your front step was a sign of a good landlady, you see. That's another bit of an old-fashioned thing, was your step had to be painted and kept clean. And that was your front door, and your step was your shop window, so to speak. When the season was over, it was you had to crack on with the house then and get it all spick and span, because obviously cases crashing down the staircases and bashing into walls and putting holes in, because the walls are actually made out of like little bits of stick. And then they'd have like a fabric type inside there, and then they'd be plastered over, thinly plastered. So you could just knock them and a hole would go in. So my father, he would set to, and he'd get some wallpaper, stick it in paste, roll it up into a ball, and then pack it into the wall, smooth it over, that'll do it, girl, that's a good job there, done. And then we'd paper over it, all paint, but we usually always papered. And then it was clean everywhere, paint everywhere, everybody got jobs to do, and it would be strip everything, all the furnitures come down, and everything get washed, from curtains to everything, from top to bottom. We would literally do it from the attic all the way down. I always remember Mum's face. She don't do it a bit grey to me, she never had much colour, she never got out, she was in that bloody kitchen all the time looking at the cooking. But yeah. Liking it, I don't think she did enjoy it. It was a necessity to try and keep the roof over her head and stuff.